On the line with us is former state senator, Colorado State Senator Ted Harvey. He represented District 30 from 2007 to 2015, and he is the chairman of the Committee to Defeat the President. The website is stopjoe.com. His Twitter handle is Ted Harvey. Senator Harvey, welcome to the program. Glad to have you with us.
Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. First of all, before we get into the issues here, just reassure me. I went over to your website, stopjoe.com. It asked me for my email address and information. I gave that, clicked through, and it took me to a page where it said, please give us money. I didn't see anything about issues. I didn't see anything about positions. I didn't, that's all I could see. Reassure me that your site is not just a money-making scam like Trump was running after he lost the election.
I can assure you that we actually started our PAC in 2013 as the Stop Hillary PAC, and I believe we became one of the most influential PACs in the country to make sure that Hillary Clinton never stepped foot in the White House again. And then when Trump won the election in 2016 and was sworn in 2017, and we saw the Democrats having temper tantrums, if not riots, on the streets of America all across the country, we changed the name of our PAC to the Committee to Defend the President, and we became one of the largest pro-Trump PACs in the country. And we have one of the largest followings with hundreds of thousands of members that help us put pressure on the Democrats and win elections around the country. And when Joe Biden got sworn in on January 20th, we changed the name of the PAC to the Committee to Defeat the President, not the Committee to Defend the President. And our goal is to make sure that we push back on the Democrats for another 4 years and to try to save our culture and our Constitution and our conservative values.
Okay, I got it, and you've got my email address now. I've signed up, so I look forward to getting your emails. So the piece that we got from you or from your office, suggesting you as a guest for the program, basically said that Joe Biden is promoting some sort of radical left agenda and it's going to destroy America. Correct me if I'm paraphrasing incorrectly. I'm curious if that's the case. And we can, over time, if you're willing to come back on the program, I'm guessing we can touch on many different topics, but let's drill down into a couple of them. How specifically do you see Joe Biden and the Democrats working to destroy America, to destroy our country and our, and the principles that this country was founded on?
Well, I think that our country was founded on the rule of law. I think our country was founded on the fact that we are a capitalistic free market economy. I think that the policies that the president has been pushing just in the few weeks that he's been in office through his executive orders are going to harm America and harm our sovereignty.
But that's all, Senator Harvey, respectfully, that's all kind of vague rhetoric. Specifically, right. What policy, give me one policy, and then we can move to the next and the next if you'd like. But give me one policy that Joe Biden is pushing that you think is going to destroy America.
Well, when he said that he was not going, that when he told the ICE and the border security folks to not check the legal status of anybody that they are catching and to let them go and to stop the construction of the border and divert the money that was appointed for the construction of the border wall, I think that's very detrimental to our sovereignty as a country. I think if you look at what he's doing with regards to energy and saying that he is not going to
let's take these one at a time. Let's stick with the border wall and immigration, and then we can go to energy if you'd like.
Sure.
So I'm assuming that your concern is not that you're some kind of wild right-wing racist who hates the idea of brown people coming into the United States and perhaps finding a path to citizenship or something like that, that probably your concern is more economic. You don't want jobs going away, or I mean, what specific? First of all, I don't know that Biden has said to ICE, no, you can't identify people, and the border. Well, yeah, we have a border wall, but we also, prior to the pandemic, we had 1 million people from Mexico coming into the United States every single day, and we had about 1 million people from the United States going back into Mexico every single day. We have an enormous amount of trade, traffic, and tourism that goes across that border legally. I mean, the guys who hit us on 9/11 came into this country legally on tourist visas. So you've got a lot of, the majority of people who are in this country illegally. Let me just finish my thought, and then you can go however, whatever you want. The majority of the people in this country who came here illegally did not cross the Rio Grande. They came in as tourists and stayed. And they got employment. I mean, you've got meatpacking plants up in the north that were printing help wanted ads in Spanish in newspapers in Mexico. So if your concern is about the economic impact of these folks, then why would you support Republican policies that go back to Ronald Reagan, 1986, where he officially stopped prosecuting employers who hire people who are in this country illegally? I lived in Germany for a year. It took me 6 months to get a damn work permit. I worked in Australia. It took me 3 months to get a work permit. Those countries, if you hire somebody who's not in the country legally, you go to jail. And that was the case in the United States before Reagan suspended that. Why are Republicans opposed to putting employers in prison?
I'm not. I think we should be. I think that we should be enforcing the laws.
Don't you think? I mean, Mitt Romney ran on this in 2012. He said, if we simply started enforcing these laws against employers, against wealthy white employers hiring people who are here illegally, you would see people, quote, self-deport. He was ridiculed for it, but I think he was right. History shows he was right. So. And how is a wall or ICE, grabbing people going to stop millions of tourists coming into the United States from staying if they can get gainful employment?
Well, I agree with everything you just said. I think that we should be enforcing the laws. We should be penalizing employers. When I was in the state legislature here in Colorado, that was one of my number one objectives as a state legislator.
Then why won't Republicans go along with it?
Because
Bernie Sanders and Sherrod Brown have been singing this song for years. Literally decades. And Republicans constantly fight them on this.
Not all Republicans. I'm one that agrees with them on that issue. I believe that we are a nation of laws and we should be enforcing the laws. And if people want to come here legally, regardless of their color, red, yellow, black, or white, we should have the ability to check out their medical backgrounds, their criminal backgrounds, and determine whether they are going to be a benefit to our society. As a sovereign country,
so if we simply did that, Senator Harvey. Yeah, and by the way, just a heads up, we have about 45 seconds till we hit the break here. If we were to do that, then all this hysteria around the border wall and ICE would become pretty irrelevant, wouldn't it?
But we're not. And we have an open border where people are flooding through our borders, and we don't know what their background is or what their intentions are when they come to this country. And that is one of the main reasons why we need to have a border wall, because it is a sieve. And people aren't doing that from all over the rest of the world. We are able to check all of their immigration paperwork before they come here. Why should we not be doing that on people that are flooding across?
Because it's ineffective.
Borders? I believe we should.
Because it's used by racist demagogues. It's ineffective. Anyhow, I'm sorry. I was going to let you have the last word.
Demagogue.
No, I'm not. But I'm saying that this whole border wall argument, and let's ignore the employers, is used by racist demagogues. Senator Ted Harvey, he's the chairman of the Committee to Defeat the President, StopJoe.com. Senator Harvey, thanks for dropping by.